All right, we live, fellas. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Big Cool coming to you from Colossal Boxing Talk. Here with a post-fight Google Hangout to discuss George Groves, Chris Eubank Jr. As you all know, George Groves defeated Eubank Jr. via unanimous decision to retain his WBA super middleweight super title. I'm gonna go with Aaron, my fellow UK man. Welcome to the show. What was your thoughts on the fight, man?
Man, do you know what? As I just put up on an article on threekingsboxing.com, I'm not quite sure exactly what that fight told me. Is it a case of Groves put in a really good performance? Is it a case of Junior just didn't turn up and the big night, the big lights got to him? Or, and where I'm probably leaning towards, is Eubank Jr. just not that good?
I think it's Eubank Jr. I think it's Eubank Jr. not being that good.
I was going to let somebody else say it.
If you ask me, they're both scrubs.
What'd you say, Willie?
I said, if you ask me, they're both scrubs.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, but Eubank Jr. is horrible though. I mean, he really bad, man.
Right, but a real good boxer would exploit that like even worse than what he did.
Hey, talk a little louder, Willie.
Shit, hold on, man. Let me put on my headsets. I'm driving.
All right, well, hey, C-Bone, give me your assessment and thoughts on the fight.
Man, they said it. It's terrible. It was terrible. I've seen better technique from two junior amateurs. I'm not lying. I mean, what's sad is, is Groves, if you watch any of our breakdown shows, whatever channel they may be on, we all said that this is what he had to do to win.
Absolutely.
It's like the bastard listened to our shows or something. But, and he done it, and we're still not satisfied. It ain't that we're not satisfied, it's just that he didn't do it in a very pretty way at all. He was scared of the power that Eubank Jr. brought. You could see that.
Yep.
But if you watched how Eubank was punching, I mean, hell, I was almost scared for him, and I'm in America.
I thought that motherfucker was going to pull a muscle the way he was fucking swinging them punches.
Bro, you ain't kidding. I was like, what the hell is this?
That's how he always looked.
You'd have thought it was Junior that would have dislocated him, shut his shoulder from one of the shots he was throwing.
Nah, but to be honest with you, man, one thing I noticed was, like, I think almost like Groves felt like he was the smaller fighter. I don't know, man. I just didn't like the fight at all.
Well, in a sense, Willie, he needed to do that, in my opinion, because if he tried to bully Chris Eubank Jr., that's where he would give him more opportunities to get his shots off on the inside or at mid-range distance. And that's exactly the fight that we talked about on AC's channel and on Bo's channel. That's exactly the type of fight that Groves shouldn't get into. And that's exactly what he didn't do tonight, and that's how he was victorious.
Hey, man, look, what I'm trying to say is, like, a better boxer exploits that fighter and it stops that fighter. That's basically what I'm saying.
But Eubank ain't that better boxer. We knew that going in.
No, I'm talking about Groves. If he would have been a better boxer, he would have stopped. He would have fucking. That would have been like fucking Pacquiao Mayweather type fucking fight, man. Because the skills levels were like, you could tell there was levels apart, man. That jab is easy as fuck, man. My 8-year-old daughter, guys, throws a better jab than that. I swear. I
literally could teach my wife how to counter over that jab in less than an hour, and she's never put on a pair of boxing. She's never put a pair of boxing gloves on in her life.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Eubank, he telegraphed his shots, couldn't cut the ring off, no jabs, smothered his punches, no defense. I mean,
but this is Chris Eubank Jr. though. And I'm not, trust guys, I'm not going at none of y'all or anything like that for reiterating this. This is exactly what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to report, but I'm going to be who I'm going to be, and that's one condescending ass motherfucker. We already know that this is Chris Eubank Jr. That's why we never ranked him that high. While a lot of other motherfuckers, a name I won't say, last name is Walker, they ranked him very high as far as to say that Chris Eubank Jr. will be the next dude in boxing and that he could beat a guy like Gennady Golovkin today. I mean, we already knew that was fucking false. We already knew the guy was limited. I've said numerous times in the past that he looks great in training, but he looks bad in the ring. He can't translate what he does in training into the ring. And the last thing I will say is that losing to Billy Ho Saunders, he didn't learn anything after that because he didn't fight anybody on the same fucking level until George Groves. You see what I'm saying? The old ass Arthur Abraham, the nigga was 76 years old, and Zerto Gilberto Ramirez already fucking beat the guy to the point where it was like, well, Abraham should have retired. You see what I'm saying? Hold on, Willie, because I could
Go ahead.
I could barely hear you, dog, because I'm on my phone. But let me get this out first, real quick. But I mean, he already exposed him. So when Eubank Jr. got in there, it's like, well, shit, Arthur Abraham is fucking, he's been done. And then he didn't even really look good in that fight. So it's like, who has he been fighting in order to gain enough experience for us to say, yeah, you know, Eubank Jr. is going to be that motherfucker. He didn't beat nobody. Putting Nick Blackwell, a D-level fighter, in the hospital does not automatically catapult you to A-level status. I'm sorry. And we saw it today. Go ahead, Willie.
Hey, man, I was going to tell you, I think B.J. Saunders beats both of these cats on the same night.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt.
Bro. Yeah.
Without
Definitely.
a shadow of a
bro.
doubt. And let me tell you something. They did not lose the pin whenever they had the Golovkin.
Nah, they conveniently didn't find it.
threw them bitches away.
His daddy said, are you out of your fucking mind? You can't beat that guy.
Threw all
Nah,
the
man.
hands away, man.
Hey, man, I told you guys he was going to have to find a jab. I knew he wasn't going to be able to do it in one fight. The only thing I did think was that George Groves would have faded late. You know what I mean? Because that's what he does. But even though he did look kind of tired at the end of the fight, this guy couldn't, like, I don't know, man. He just got inside, and rather than take a step back, he was smothering his own fucking punches. It was like, what the fuck is going on here?
I think Groves fought at a controlled pace. I think that Eubank was cautious of the power, but I also seen him trying to think in there. And you know how you watch certain fighters, it comes natural for what to do. So, you know, from game plan 1 to B, to 2. Eubank Jr. was thinking too much, and he couldn't really, like I said, if you don't got no jab, you can't really set it up to, do anything. So he was just looping the shots, telegraphing the right hand, and Groves took advantage of it.
Do you know how easy, I'm going to say, you ain't watched the fight, okay, but you'll see the things you do. With the stance that Groves had most of the night, with that wide stance, you know how easy it is to turn that guy?
Oh,
Easy.
Do you know how easy it is to turn that guy? So if you got anybody that's halfway fucking decent, they're going to box his fucking ears off.
But see, this is the thing, and we'll go to what my man Willie the Kid said in the chat. He said that he doesn't think George Groves can win the tournament, and I agree with that partially, only because let's say Callum Smith beats Jurgen Bramer. Well, Callum Smith looked like shit against Eric Skoglund. You see what I'm saying? And Callum Smith isn't that guy that C is talking about that can actually turn George Groves with ease and outbox him. He's not that guy. You see what I'm saying? So even though he does have those flaws, while he's in the tournament, there's nobody who can actually do the things they need to do to exploit that flaw left in the tournament.
That is exactly true. I mean, the super middleweight, the best guys in the super middleweight division aren't participating in this tournament, which we all know that. But still, it'll be a big prize for the winner. I think George Groves has an excellent chance of winning this tournament. He still has the power, and he showed that he can be disciplined enough to stick with the game plan and use his jab. And he can slip shots, which was astonishing because I figured that the wars he had been in with Froch and the beatdown he took at Jack, some of the reflexes would kind of leave him, but he was able to slip a lot of Eubank shots close in range and at a distance that he prefers. So he did. Well,
yeah, because he could see him coming from 30 miles away.
But Eubank Jr. was supposed to have the hand speed advantage.
Yeah, but if you telegraph your shots, your hand speed advantage goes bye-bye.
True.
Exactly.
Bernard, what's your thoughts? Bernard, what's your thoughts on the fight, man?
He relied too much. Eubank relied too much on his athleticism, his power to get into that fight. You clearly saw him when he was throwing them punches that he was missing. That was all power shots. He was just hoping and praying that he'd land something to knock George Groves out, which he didn't. And therefore made him tired in the later rounds. I do agree with your assessment as well as you saying that Eubank was thinking and he was trying to outthink George Groves, but it wasn't working.
Let me spin it, fellas. Y'all think if Eubank actually gets a trainer that he could become more than just trash dumpster juice? He can at least be a fighter.
Not at 28 years old.
I think he passed the learning phase, man.
Well, it's interesting actually because on ITV box office, you guys wouldn't have got that. On ITV box office afterwards, they had Duke McKenzie and Nassim Hamed on the commentary, and Nassim Hamed turned around to George Groves and said, "You can't learn nothing at 28 years old. You might as well retire." I was to Chris Eubank Jr. You might as well retire now. You can't learn shit at 28. Just give it up now.
Damn, that's fucked up, AC.
That's what he came out with, man. He was mean. But no, big call. I'm gonna question you on this because actually, what I've learned in watching this is that the super middleweight division isn't filled with stacked fighters. But you said that the best fighter is not in this tournament. I disagree. But who is the best fighter in the super middleweight division? Because for me, Benavidez isn't there yet. Ramirez isn't there yet. These guys have all got fucking flaws. So who is the best super middleweight in the world?
I would favor Ramirez against all the guys that's in the tournament now.
I think Zerto beats them all. Yeah, I agree with Big Cool.
I do too. I do too. But right now, Groves has to be ranked number 1.
Yeah, I see that too. I agree with that.
You know what that means, right?
What's good?
The division is doo-doo.
I wouldn't say it's doo-doo. I just think that it's just
it is.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we had a topic not too long ago. What's the best and worst divisions of boxing? And I was the first person to put 168 up, and people looked at me like I was retarded. I'm like, it really is. Well, the
I put 168 with you.
Yeah, me and you would always should have put it up. Willie did. Yeah, Willie, yeah, you did. Well, that's right. But what I'm looking at is people are putting up cruiserweight, and I'm like, have you not been watching the fucking tournament? You know,
I think I might have walked away from that status because of the cruiserweight comments.
And I'm like, are y'all fucking kidding me? I said, this tells me how much knowledge these people actually have in this fucking group. You know what I mean?
Hey guys, can I ask you guys a question? I mean, like, were you guys disappointed in the fight itself? Like I don't know, man. I feel like, damn, the skills levels, you can see the difference in skills, but you can also see a guy that couldn't take advantage of some of the things that, I mean, Groves did what he had to do to win. I just felt like he could have been more impressive, in my opinion. Like, I don't know.
He should have took advantage of Eubank's lack of defense. That left hand was down that whole night. He should have ran that right hand down there all night. As well as if you clearly look when Eubank trying to duck punches, he don't duck where he keeps his eyes up looking at his opponent.
Nah, he looks down.
He keeps his hand. Yeah, he looks down at his feet. He keeps his arms down at his sides.
I would have
landed with nothing but temple shots on him to try to get him out of there.
But what I think was, and 2K says this all the time, you got to do what works for you. And I think that if Groves would have been even more aggressive, he could have risked, tire himself out earlier than he did. So he's seen a guy that wasn't really.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think he was afraid of. That's exactly what I think he was afraid of.
That's what I thought. That's why I think he was cautious, because if he would have gassed himself out, he probably would have got knocked out, because he almost got himself knocked out in the 12th round by putting his hands down, leaving his chin exposed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's why I'm thinking Callum Smith to win this tournament.
That's why I think that he didn't go all out like he would have if he had better stamina.
Here's the thing: is Groves don't have the advantages over Smith that he held over Eubank tonight.
No, he doesn't.
No,
that's why I figure Callum Smith beats him.
Well, Smith's about 2 inches taller, and he's got a lot on reach, and he's just physically bigger than Groves is. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm with both of you guys, all three of you guys actually. I think Callum beats him as well, but I'm just a little wary about how he looked against Eric Skoglund. How he looks against Jürgen Brähmer is going to be it's going to be a good barometer, a good measuring stick for you dumb motherfuckers out there that don't know what that means. You know what I'm saying? To see where he's at.
Good. He's going to have to look really, really good, because that fight is in Germany.
Yeah, no doubt.
To win convincingly.
Yeah.
If Jürgen Brähmer beats him in Germany, that's it. I think George Groves wins the tournament. Jürgen Brähmer's trash. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I never liked him.
Totally agree.
Never liked him.
Totally agree.
Never liked him.
I mean, yeah. Tonight, there's not much else to say. I know What do y'all think about Eubank calling out the weakest 168er, least titleist?
Please somebody give me a belt so I can stay relevant.
Hey,
That's exactly what he said. That's exactly what he said.
Yo, I can't knock the guy. I didn't hear it, so I'm assuming he called out Caleb Truex.
He did it humbly though. He did it humbly. You know what I'm saying? He like, okay, please.
Okay, well, I can't knock the guy because it's the same thing that's happening at 154. You got all them motherfuckers calling out Saddam Ali. So I can't knock him for that. I would do the same shit, especially coming off a loss.
But Aaron, this is a better question you can answer. How big of a fan base does Eubank Jr. have? Will the people come out and demand that fight and come out and support that to kind of?
I'm not too sure. You know, as much as we kind of blindly tend to follow our guys, you know, and Eubank Jr. did build up a bit because George Groves is the most popular fighter in the UK, not by a long stretch. He's got a big fan base in London, but outside of it, I was at the weigh-in and the press conference, or the weigh-in especially with all the Manchester fans there. They're not that they don't like him, but he hasn't. I mean, a lot of people think he's arrogant, and obviously his dad running his mouth, it puts a hell of a lot of people off. I don't think he's obviously going to have a fan base, but are they going to support something like that after seeing that kind of performance? Fuck no, we ain't that stupid. We may be British, but we ain't that fucking
that's bullshit. They'll fight, and you guys will show up.
No, I disagree.
And it'll be on the same pay-per-view network.
Yep.
ITV, here it comes.
Yep.
Sky Sports.
Yep.
Oh, no, that'll be ITV box office, and it'll do the same shitty numbers that is.
They'll show up. They'll show up. You guys show up for fucking worse events than that. Come on now.
Hey, if a fighter like Derry Matthews can have a fan base, then Eubank Jr. definitely has one.
I think
that's all I gotta say.
Because that's what I saw it in the crowd. If you go into groups and you see the chatter going on in groups, there were some people trying to tell me he won that fight. Why? I'm like, huh?
Oh, I saw it too, Willie. Yup.
Who won the fight? Why?
Eubank Jr.
I seen somebody, one of my faithful friends that was watching the fight from the page. They had it 5-4 for Eubanks going into the 10th round, and I was like, shit, what fight was they watching? You know what I'm saying?
I scored that fight, and I had it 116, 112, and I felt like I was being real generous towards Eubanks.
No, I had a 10-2, maybe 9-3.
I gave
the best score. I'll give it.
Round 3 or 4, 4 and 5 in the last round. That's about it, man. He didn't do anything. He wasn't effective.
Yeah, that's actually the only round that I saw. And when I tuned in, the first comment I saw was a guy say Eubank Jr. is winning this fight wide. That was the first comment I saw.
Yeah, I
was his name said Eubank?
Because I missed the first 3 rounds. The cup came from a headbutt, right?
Yeah, accidental headbutt. I think the first round.
I thought for a minute there that the ref was gonna take a point away from Groves.
He kept talking to him. He was
doing a lot of holding. He was doing a lot of holding.
He was crafty as hell. Groves,
he was smart.
He was craftier than he was.
He was hitting him behind the head a lot.
That was that veteran tactics. You know what I'm saying? He didn't allow Eubanks to really get off or continue up on the momentum he had in spurts when he did land some nice uppercuts. Shots when he was on the ropes, but man, George Groves was composed that whole fight. You know what I'm saying? So I give him props for doing what he had to do. While we on this hangout, man, we got another middleweight, super middleweight that's in action tonight on the card, undercard of Alexander and Ortiz. What y'all think of Caleb Plant as a fighter and his prospects at 168?
I like him. He's a good fighter. Yeah, he's, you don't see many slick white fighters. And that's one thing I really like about him is that, he's out there training. He's getting some good advice, from the best fighter of this era himself, and he's learning from everybody around him. I work with a guy that he did Muay Thai, and he knew Caleb Plant because Caleb Plant, his first sport was Muay Thai. He wasn't boxing, and he was actually a competitor in the amateur circuits of Muay Thai. And the guy that I work with, he actually sparred Caleb Plant a lot, and he said at 15 years old the guy was extremely good. You know what I'm saying? So he's pretty much got from my ex co-workers' experience with him, he's always had the eye of the tiger. You know what I'm saying? He's always been seen as a guy who was going to be successful in whatever fighting sport he actually, puts all his effort into. And right now it's boxing. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, man. It's a fucking wide open division. So he's definitely a wild card there.
Do you
Definitely a wild
think
card.
Medina
Huge wild card.
gives him any type of fight tonight?
No, I don't.
You gonna keep going on what you about to say, man? I ain't gonna cut you off.
No, I don't. I really don't think he does.
Bernard, you got any thoughts on Caleb Plant?
I think I agree with 2K's assessment. I think he's a good fighter. I still like to see how he goes up against B-level fighters, even one of the champions. Hopefully, this fight when he gets done working Medina gives him a title shot up there.
Aaron, what's your thoughts?
I've seen a fair bit of him actually. Watched his last fight against Andrew Hernandez. There's an awful lot to like about him. As 2K pointed out, it is unlikely to see a white boxer that's as slick as he is. I mean, as we've said, the super middleweight division is wide open. He's ranked relatively well by the IBF. So I'd like to see him in title contention, and he's certainly one that can rock the apple cart.
There's a big super middleweight title fight tonight too.
Oh yeah, Willie.
I like the guy. I
Okay.
think he's slick. 2K kind of stole a little bit of my thunder when I was gonna say, you don't see too many slick white fighters like that, man. I really like him. And my whole point that you guys already made, the division is so wide open that right now, like a B+ fighter can really take charge in this division.
Yeah,
You don't have to be in.
I agree.
That's my point.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey,
Yeah,
what division did this look like only like 4 years ago?
It was probably one of the best divisions in
One,
boxing.
I'll give you a hint. The division that used to be this whack is fucking 8 pounds less.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
you had one guy that was an A-class fighter, and the rest of them were shit.
Well,
You could
shit.
tell it.
See, we didn't know if he was A-class yet. That was up for debate.
I know, but now we do. You know what I mean? Now we look at him and go, no wonder he was annihilating them motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
This motherfucker's actually pretty good.
Hey, Willie was like, hey, well, no, we ain't gonna say all that. Y'all think he A+, dog.
I didn't say A+.
Or A.
hey, I think I look at Golovkin as an aging fighter now. I respect the shit that he's done, and I gotta give him credit for the. You can only beat what's in front of you.
Yeah,
Right.
You know
I mean,
what
the numbers he put up are astronomical.
Everybody, me and 2K did the Jacobs Golovkin show, post-fight show together and shit. I went on his channel, and we both thought Jacobs won that fight. But he did have a hell of a good showing against Canelo. So you know what? It's it is what it is, man. You can only be what's in front of you, man. I can't even knock the guy for fighting who he fought, because at the end of the day, he stepped up. All I ever wanted him to do was step up and fight better competition, and he has.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree.
All right,
I got a dislike for the motherfucker.
Hey, last
Yeah,
question.
we know.
Man. Hey, last question before we wrap this up, man. Me and Chris had the same thought. He actually said it watching the fight. Who the better fighter, Wilder or Eubank?
I'm not
Wilder.
sure.
Oh my God! What the hell?
Wilder.
Yeah, if you read, I got the
Wilder.
post out there on Facebook and everything.
Wilder has the better jab.
Yeah, Wilder does have a fucking jab at least. You're right.
Man, I don't think it's a contest. And y'all know how I feel about Wilder.
That's your favorite fighter.
You know what I'm saying?
He's right behind Shimmy. Shimmy's number one.
Oh shit!
Nah, man, I was really disappointed in Chris, because I thought I had a feeling he could lose this fight, but I thought he'll show up. I had a little better showing, just a little better. But man, this is what happens, guys. When you go into the gym, you could be a gym rat all you want, but if you don't have somebody that's constantly there barking instructions to you and telling you what to do and teaching you, you're never gonna get anywhere.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I totally agree. Bloodcott on here says Calvin Smith versus Groves in the final. I agree. That's probably what.
Yeah, that's
what
probably what we're gonna see.
I agree too.
Hey, go to Aaron.
Yo,
If that fight was to happen, do they have a place in mind?
it's scheduled for June the 2nd at the O2 Arena, but with George's shoulder being the way it is, I'm not sure whether we're going to see the fight in June.
I do. I thought about that too. I mean, he did hurt his shoulder.
But no, Counter Sound and said on I think it's Wednesday. It's going to be June the 2nd at O2 Arena.
Eubank should have hurt his shoulder, man.
Yeah, the way you throwing them left hooks.
Yeah, hey, Big Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Big Cool. He looked like that kid that never got into a fight in school and shit.
Yeah. So he just swinging wild and shit. Swinging wild, thinking he was gonna keep the motherfucker off of him.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yo, he looked like that motherfucker. Like he was swinging so wild. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Oh, I'm sitting there watching this fight, right? I'm sitting there watching this fight. I'm like, oh, he's gonna throw a left hook. Oh, here comes the right one. And like I'm telegraphing the punches before he's even 10% into his windup.
Damn.
That's
how bad
it was horrible. You're not gonna be impressed at all with you, man. You probably gonna
2K,
think worse.
don't even watch that shit, man.
2K.
Save your eyes.
Hey, y'all know I gotta watch it. I'm gonna watch it. Y'all already know.
Yeah.
Well, make sure you take a couple eggs before you watch it.
This
hey, look, you're right.
Out of here so many times doing watching the fight, man.
Hey, no, check this out though. I had a fucking video on standby. I said this in the chat. I had a video on standby where I was gonna address how the hype for Chris Eubank Jr. was too ridiculous for what he's actually shown in the ring. But I put it on standby. I didn't do it yet, and I'm fucking happy I did because I'm gonna have a whole lot more shit to say now. Real talk.
Hey, he gotta get that James McGill treatment, 2K.
Oh yeah, he will.
He worse off than James McGill. That's a shame, man.
Right now, I'm driving through a big ass snowstorm, man, and the storm is giving me more of a challenge than Eubank put up tonight.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
Hey, what time does the Alexander card start? Don't it start in
8 o'clock.
Talk to Willie. He's covering that.
8 o'clock my time, so that'll be 7 your time.
7, man. All right,
yeah. Willie, you
Yes,
fucking up, dog. Public relations, nigga. You supposed to have that shit out already.
No, the fights ain't happened. My job is to recap them. Not give them.
No, you had a public relations, motherfucker.
Fuck that. Hey, they supposed to know what time the fight is. Me and Chris just found out last Tuesday, actually, by accident.
Man,
We found out
finding out the day of.
We found out during the show.
While we were doing the show, we were like, "Oh shit, what time is that fight?"
Hey, is Von Alexander on there? Is he televised?
No,
Von's not on that card. He's on the
HBO card. Sergey
Kovalev undercard. Yeah,
oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that. Okay,
I don't even know if that fight's gonna be televised.
Yeah,
nothing against him and his trainer, but I couldn't believe they thought he was really going to be on that undercard, being a main event fighter.
I hope he's televised, man, because the last time I think me and Bo interviewed him, he said that Kathy Duva Main Events hasn't told him whether or not that fight's going to be televised yet. So I'm going to try to get a follow-up on him and see if he's televised or not, because I want to see.
I highly doubt it. 2K, to be honest with you, I mean, you got Bibble Barrera on that card too, so I know. Be shocked.
Yeah.
They should be able to afford this shit. They ain't like they got that many big fights.
Hey, 2K, they cool. You know, Main Event ain't got that much money, man. You got $5 on you, and 2K can put up 5, and I put up 5. We win this first bid. We win the first bid.
Oh shit. Oh, man. Hey, I ain't gonna say what I was about to say because that'll get me It'll get all the ladies out there being all in their feelings about what I was about to say, but yeah.
Shit.
Hey.
I already know.
Don't say it.
Don't say it. I got a lot of women viewers on my channel. Don't say it.
I said on air, but hey, man. about to wrap this up. I appreciate y'all for joining me, man. I might go live again after the fights. Let everybody know where they can reach y'all before y'all get out of here. 2K, whoever want to start.
Aaron. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yo, you can find me and you can find me in Eastwood Boxing. You can find me at my my own channel, Eastwood Boxing UK. Same goes for Twitter. I also write for Three Kings, and if you've got any questions, you can find me at Aaron@threekingsboxing.com.
Willie.
You can find me at Eastwick Boxing Talk right here on YouTube. You can find me on threekingsboxing.com. You can find me on Four Corners Block on Block Talk Radio with my man C-Bone Henderson. Really on Eastwick Boxing on Twitter. Three Kings Boxing on Twitter, Instagram, and the Facebook page. And go like the Eastwick Boxing page and the Three Kings page, man. If you guys ain't following us, you're lost.
Man, I tell you, man, it ain't gonna man, find me, man. You know where you find me at, man? Boxing Boomhauer, man. I'm Boxing's Boomhauer. All right? You can find me there on Twitter and Instagram. You always can catch me on my radio show, Four Corners Boxing Talk, with Bone and Willie the Kid. Find me at threekingsboxing.com, Chris at threekingsboxing.com, Bone at threekingsboxing. It's all there. Anywhere there's a channel playing with the movement, I'm there. If we can be, you know what I mean? But
yeah, we try to be one big fucking dysfunctional family.
2K?
Word up. Is BW still on?
Nah, he left.
He got off? Okay, cool. Yeah, I want to say something about everybody's channel, man, and for the listeners, what you would get out of their channels, man. I'll start off with AC. Man, he's really good at being able to talk to these guys, man. He's out there getting interviews. If you listen to his channel, man, very articulate guy. Knows what he's talking about. He can express it very well. You got my man, Willie the Kid, can notice all the little things in the ring, man. He can express that in very articulate detail. You'll definitely learn something there. Of course, you got my man, C-Bone. If I call anybody anywhere near as equal or above me, he's one of them as far as breakdowns. Me and this motherfucker can go back and forth in an hour's time. 2, 3, 5, going back to water. We'll fight. So it's a blog talk, right? Of course, is on. Then big who also
Hey, you breaking up, 2K. Hey, you breaking up. I couldn't even hear you. Last few sentences you said.
Say it again.
All of the channels, definitely that you're looking for Disney Channel, like my man Bose. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I heard that.
But you will get the content. you will get the content you're looking for, and you will get educated. So follow the movement. If you haven't already gone to threekingsboxing.com, man, we putting this shit out before a lot of these other major media outlets are. Go up there and get your news, man. It's everything about the movement is moving. This is real shit right here, man. If you're not with us, get with us.
And I'm Big Cool. Find me on Twitter, Colossal CBT, Facebook, Colossal Boxing Talk. Like that page. Any channel under the movement umbrella. Finally got my first article on threekingsboxing.com. Check that out. I got a lot more in store. Appreciate y'all for watching. The next time we out. Peace.